Hello everyone, so today we're going to be covering the subframe spacer installation process. Over the years we've had a handful of people call us with passenger side CV axle contact on the subframe when the wheels are at full droop, i.e. when the wheels are off the ground, like when it's on jack stands or if you jump your vehicle, the subframe and CV axle can come into contact when the wheels are off the ground. Obviously this is very far and few between times that it would happen, but a couple people have been concerned about it, and so we wanted to try and create a solution to it. I am very hesitant with releasing this product because of the limited amount of testing that has been done. Obviously, we've got thousands and thousands of kits sold over the past several years with millions and millions of miles of testing, and have yet to have a problem come up because of the subframe and CV axle contact. However, the people that do want to try and find a solution to this quote-unquote problem, we wanted to try and cater to that. So I am hesitant to put this out there, but for the people that are looking for a solution to this, here is your option to fix that. However, keep in mind that this solution could in turn create an actual problem. We've only got about 10,000 miles on our Prius V with them installed, and about 7,000 miles with one of our Gen 3s with it installed. Has yet to cause an issue, but it's still relatively early on in the testing process, considering how many millions of miles we've got between all of our kits combined. So keep that in mind, but if that is something you want, here's your option. So first you'll start by raising the vehicle up off the ground and removing the front two wheels. Next you're going to go ahead and take a look at the bolts that we're going to be removing. There are 8 in total. They're all 19 millimeter. However, only 4 of them actually secure the subframe to the body of the vehicle itself. So those ones aren't going to get all the way removed, but the others are going to get all the way removed to speed up the installation process. So this bolt here is the front driver's side 19 millimeter. This one just gets loosened. You're going to drop it about 3/4 of an inch. There'll still be a little bit of threads left in there keeping it in. You really don't want to remove this all the way because it's really difficult to get back in once it's all removed. So we came up with a solution to leave it so that you can loosen all of them instead of remove them completely and really speed up the installation process. Then we're going to go ahead and remove these two on the back side that support the subframe and tie it to the body itself. And then we're going to loosen the one that connects the unibody to the subframe. Once you've got it loosened, you can go ahead and rotate it around out of the way so that you can easily get to the bolt itself. From here, you're going to want to do the exact same thing to the opposite side of the vehicle before you install the subframe spacers. This is going to help make it a little bit easier to get the subframe spacers in with all of the bolts either out or loosened. From here, you're going to want to grab a pry bar and place it on top of the subframe and between the tie-down point and apply a little bit of pressure so that you can get some leverage on it and open up that gap. Then you can go ahead and take your subframe spacer and insert it in the gap and rotate it around until it fits snugly in its spot. Next, you're going to move up to the front 19 millimeter bolt and go ahead and use your pry bar to open up that gap. Once you've got that gap opened up a little bit, you can go ahead and insert your spacer. I was trying to leave the camera angle open for this one, which made it a little bit difficult, but if you come from the front, it makes it a lot easier to get into that spot. And then once it does drop into that location, you're going to want to make sure you rotate around so that it sits properly. This one just so happened to sit properly from the get-go. Then once you've installed the subframe spacers on the opposite side as well, you can go ahead and tighten down all of your bolts. On the back bolts, you're going to want to swing your plate back around, and then I suggest getting the front ones finger tightened first. It kind of helps get them going. Here you can see I had to back off and then go back in a couple times with it to get it lined up properly, but if you do this by hand, it makes it a little bit easier. Don't tighten it down all the way right at first. Just go ahead and get all 3 of them in first, and then go ahead and tighten them down once they've been started. And then once you've got all 4 spacers installed and all 8 bolts tightened down, you can go ahead and take a look at your work. Here you can see the gap between the subframe and the CV axle and the lack of contact with the wheels off the ground as it spins. And last but not least, you can put your wheels back on the vehicle and lower your vehicle back onto the ground. Enjoy!